What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this video, folks, is an election special video. That's right. Now you might say to yourself, Doody, why are you talking about politics? You're a DSP detractor. What's going on? Well, there are a couple reasons. One, your boy Doody believes that voting is a civic duty. You should go and vote. If you can vote legally, go and vote. Go express who you feel can lead this country in the right direction for the next 4 years. And secondly, I'm not a big fan of people that complain. I'm not a big fan of people who complain about politicians, complain about laws, complain about, anything in the realm of politics, right? And yet refuse to get out of their seats, to get off their butts and actually cast a vote. In Doody's opinion, if you don't cast a vote, shut the fuck up. Don't complain. Do not complain. You're being a hypocrite. Now, that key word there, hypocrite, is why your boy Doody is making this video. And when you think of hypocrite, well, obviously, you typically think of DarkSidePhil, DSP. That's right. Now, what did he do here that makes that makes Doody call Phil a hypocrite? Well, sadly, I have to report I got some information around elections. That's right. And, your boy Doody was doing a little bit of research, and, thankfully, thanks to information that's available out to the public, and yes, all of this information that I'm going to be showing you today is available to the public, right? Thankfully, because it's available, you can pretty much research as much information as you want when it comes around politics. So I said to myself, after a little clip from our boy Phil, I was curious. Okay, Phil is a fence sitter. He won't take a side on any position because he's worried he'll offend one of his paying dents. Just like 1 Minute Man. Remember 1 Minute Man? Because he wouldn't read his political take, his liberal political take. 1 Minute Man bounced from supporting Phil. So of course he doesn't want to take any of the kick people off. So he rarely ever gives his opinion. So last night during the last night during the podcast, or not during the podcast, during the night stream, someone asked a question about Phil if he voted, and it was centered around voting. So let's listen to this clip, and this will lead into our discussion.
99 cents. It's a 99-cent super chat from Double M in Mexican pesos. And they asked, am I going to vote tomorrow? Whether or not I vote is none of your business. That's a personal question that really has nothing to do with you. Let me just put it this way. If I were voting, there was no way I'd be voting tomorrow. Why would I wait to the absolutely last minute to vote? Would that not be incredibly stupid? I mean, I would have definitely voted earlier, correct? So no, I don't need to run out tomorrow during the day to vote. If I was going to vote, I would have already done it. So there you go. Okay. Can I bash?
Okay, you might say to yourself, okay, well, that was a ambiguous answer there. He didn't say whether he will or he did or whatever. Okay, have you, right? But of course, we know Phil has given his takes on politics. And even Phil at one point decided he wanted to do a DSP politics and give his takes on our national politics, local politics, and so on, right? Phil has an opinion about everything. Whenever a CEO or someone that runs a major company does something, Phil wants to ream them out. And of course, most of his takes are basically insulting the person, calling them an idiot, and not knowing what they need to do, not knowing what to do, and just bashing them without really giving too much insight or actually giving actually recommendations on what he thinks they should do. Of course, he just sits there and shits all over them. And he does the same exact thing with politics. He'll shit on politicians. He'll call all the politicians garbage. He'll complain, But of course, you would think someone that has an opinion on politics, right, would do their best to express their views and opinions on politics, right? And what's the best way of doing that? Well, the best way of doing that is actually voting, right? Is going out and voting and expressing your opinion via vote, right? And again, if you don't vote, you should shut the fuck up. You should not have an opinion on politics. If you're eligible to vote, let's say if you're eligible to vote, and you don't vote, you should shut the fuck up. Alrighty then. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm really curious. Has Phil ever voted? Like, has he ever talked about it? And I looked at PickPickGo and couldn't find anything. There's nothing out there that shows Phil even voted, who he voted for, if he had to go take a break to vote. Didn't see any of that. So of course your boy Doody got very curious. And I said to myself, okay, I know this information is available to the public. So let me go on to the Washington Gov website where you can actually submit for a database extract of voter registration. It'll actually tell you who is active in the voter rolls, right? And I went in there and I filled it out, populated my information, and I of course pick Phil's county. And then you submit it, and then what happens is you actually get a database. You get a database of every active voter as of this election cycle. You get a database that gives you all that information, and it gives you general information, but enough for you to find whether a person is registered to vote or not. Okay. With that said, I do have the database right here. So I pulled up the database last night. If it'll come up, it's a little slow. And in that database, I decided, well, you know, I'm pretty sure I can do a search. I could do a name search. There should be a name search in there, right? And lo and behold, yes, there is a name search. So what did your boy Doody do? Of course, he's going to look for one particular person. He's going to look for DarkSidePhil. And lo and behold, what did Doody find? No DarkSidePhil. That's right. No DarkSidePhil. Phil is not eligible to vote, or has never actually registered to vote. This actually would tell you if the person ever registered to vote. Now, as you can see here, our girl Cat. No, not our girl Cat. Excuse me, that's not the one. Where's it at? Here it is. Our girl Cat is registered to vote. Big ups to Cat for being registered to vote. And I blocked out some information because I just didn't want to show that information. And at the very end, it tells you whether they're active or not. Now, this is both active and not active. Active and not active, which means they're not registered to vote. Okay. So the one thing I did was I looked up Burnell. And lo and behold, who's not here? That's right. Our boy Phil isn't here. Nope. Phil is not registered to vote. And the way it looks, Phil was never registered to vote in Seattle. This man has lived there for what, 10 years? Yeah, 10 years. And the man never bothered to register to vote. You know how easy it is to register to vote, Phil? You can go buy a gallon of milk in some of these municipalities and they'll ask you if you want to register to vote. It's not hard, bro. Any document, any city official, or anything you've gone through in they ask you if you want to register to vote. And you can actually just go online and register to vote nowadays. It's so fucking easy to do. But lo and behold, the database here, it has 180, it has like 190,000 people, which sounds about right, in Phil's area, which is kind of the Seattle metro area, King County, I believe it's called. And lo and behold, our boy Phil is in there. Catherine is there, but Phil isn't. That's right. Oh my lord, Phil isn't registered to vote. Ain't that some shit? The man that talks so much shit about our current politics, our current politician, is too fucking lazy to register to vote. Now I said to myself, okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe something happened where they knocked him off the voter roll, right? Okay, you know, I said to myself, all right, well then what else can I do? What else can Doody look up? So of course I said, all right, well you can typically go and you can see if someone is registered by putting in their information. Okay. So I'm going to put in, of course, I'm sorry. The one thing I did check was I went to check to see if Phil's registered in Connecticut. And if you populate the information, which I'm not going to do here, but if you put in Phil's information, which is available, he is not even registered in Connecticut either. For God's sakes. All right, here's the whatchamacallit right here. So Washington has this portal where you can actually put in your information. you can put in your information right here. And what it does is it'll find you. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I don't wanna be accused of doxing anyone, even though Phil's information is out there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Phil's information in here, right? And then I'm going to hit sign in. Alrighty, so let me just kind of block this up a little bit because I don't want to share all of his information, even though his information is public. It's available. They ask you for your first name, your last name, and your birthday. Lo and behold, the name and date of birth you provide does not match our records. If you are registered to vote, please contact our county election office. To register to vote and get access to vote profile, please register to vote, which you can do online. Now, I said to myself, okay, well, maybe there's a little glitch. Maybe it doesn't have all the right information. So I said to myself, okay, let me look up our girl Cat. Alrighty, so I'm going to look up a Cat. And again, all this information is public because Phil has said this before. He celebrates the birthday, so all this information is available. Again, I put in the name, the birth date, and I hit sign in. Wow, lo and behold, Cat did register. Oh man, let me try to cover up some of this stuff because I don't want Phil accusing me of doxing him. Alrighty, here. Let me cover this up. Alright, so I'm gonna show you here. So what you're gonna see is you're gonna see her name. And you're gonna see the vote portal for her. So she's available. Alright, so right here it shows some more personal information, which I'm not gonna look at. But right here, lo and behold, look what Cat did. Cat actually voted. Big ups, Cat. Cat voted on the 16th of October 2024. She did a mail-in ballot. Big ups, Cat. Let's give Cat an applause. Big ups, Cat. Big ups. So it looks like our girl Cat actually voted. So Cat, you can go ahead and complain about politics all you want. You can complain about Trump, Harris, Biden, whoever the fuck you want. And you have every right to do so. Phil, shut the fuck up. Don't give any views on politics. Don't talk about politics because you're too fucking lazy to go register to vote. How fucking lazy are you? Again, and the reason why I bring this up is because Phil talks massive shit about everything, right? And yet won't do anything to make it any better. He rather fucking complain and bitch about the problem versus doing something about it. Again, this goes to him being a perpetual victim. He's a perpetual victim when it comes to everything. He'd rather complain and bitch about it because, you know, woe is me. The other thing, Phil, is that you're supposed to be going on the Keno Casino election special tonight, and you're going to give your opinion on politics. Bro, you didn't vote. Bro, you're not even registered to vote. Your opinion means fucking nothing, Phil. It means squat. It means shit. Okay? So, Phil, do us a favor, brother. Why don't you get your ass up and go register to fucking vote? At that, bro, stop being fucking lazy. You can actually submit a provisional ballot. If you go into your polling place today and you say, I didn't register this year, blah, 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 you show your ID, you can submit what's a provisional ballot. And what they'll do is they'll take your registration information and they'll register you for the next election. But you can at least cast a provisional ballot. Will Phil do that? Of course he can't. Why? Because he has to spend all his time and effort fucking begging dents for money. That's right. He's too busy to go register. Alright, you moron. Dude, you can fucking do it online. You can do it online. It literally takes 2 minutes. I went online to see if I can register, and it literally took 2 minutes. Phil, if you like, I can register you right now. I have all your personal information. I can register if you like. Do me a favor, Phil. If you're watching this video, drop a comment in my video and let me know if you want me to register you, because I can register you, okay? God, just the fucking laziness of you, Phil, is just fucking pathetic, man. And again, any take